the Nairobi City Thunder, after advancing to the Elite 16, they added two new players. So they added Ater Majok and they added Abdoulaye Harouna. So Ater Majok, just to get a background on this guy, he won the BAL championship with US Monastir in season 2. That was in 2022. He's a BAL defensive player of the year, and he is an all defensive first team person in there. So he is a player that is a plus for any team. So I know he's not had the best run when he played for the US Monastir team this season, and previous in the season 3 he played for the Petro de Luanda team. Things didn't go according to plan, but looking at this man, he is a huge addition for the Nairobi City Thunder. So a couple of weeks ago, I talked about the Nairobi City Thunder's uh, road to BAL campaign, and the Nairobi City Thunder, they are a team that I was monitoring closely, and I made sure to give my insights on what I saw the Nairobi City Thunder do. And I went in full detail talking about them. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure to watch that one because that was a comprehensive analysis of what really happened in those games. So on the court, on paper, I can say the Nairobi City Thunder are good. And having a guy like Ater Majok and Abdoulaye Harouna, who I'm going to get to in a future video, not in a future video, in the future parts, in the later parts of this video, you will see that the Thunder are all in to make the BAL, and I don't see any weak spots right now on the Thunder because they have managed to fix their front court, which they have been struggling with. So William Davis II, as I mentioned in the previous video that I talked about, he was that guy that really helped them in the front court, especially being efficient and scoring wise. You can see in the 2 game sample size, he was able to average 21.5 points, let's say 20, shy of 22 points per game before his ankle injury. And the Thunder are yet to tell us any updates on the Nairobi City Thunder's front court because, man, William Davis, we need him so that he can be able to get to that point. And looking at what Davis did, he led in efficiency, points, and boards. Then you see he was just right there in the assist department. So Ater Majok, he really helps in this case because after William Davis II, he went down with that gruesome ankle injury. Other players had to come in and step up. And looking at this roster, it will be a very huge ask to ask a guy like Okal Karanga, to ask a guy like James Mwangi or Fidel Okoth to step up because look at these numbers that they drop. I mean, it's laughable at this point. 4.8 points. You can see 6.5 boards. Check this out. Okal Karanga. He's not a guy that you can really rely on like that on the front court because with him, he's not a guy that can impact wins like that. Maybe locally, he's able to intimidate the other local players when we play here in Kenya, but at the continental level, the man he's not that guy, man. Unfortunately, he's not that person. And I'm not holding my breath on Okar Karanga being that guy who steps up to average a double-double because you're not used to him averaging a double-double like that. Then James Mwangi, I don't know. This is a guy that you can't rely on. He missed a dunk. I believe he blew a dunk in that JKT game, the last game that they played, and it was very embarrassing. And I'm not saying that him missing a dunk is the reason as to why he's not good, but he's not at that level, and that's the reason as to why he was on minutes restriction. Check this out. Okal Karanga, he played 10 minutes per game, so he's not a guy that got significant minutes. Even in that Uranani game, that was very close. That was determined by 1 point. Even James Mwangi, he didn't get minutes like that. So Ater Majok, he fixes that defense, and also Fidel Okoth, despite playing heavy minutes, this is productivity. Not a person that the Thunder really wanted to go to the front court, but they had no option because the Thunder had too many guards and wings. They filled up the number 1, 2, and 3 spots, but the 4 and 5, that's where they draw the line. And with the recent addition of Ater Majok, that adds a huge dynamic and changes a lot of things, especially both on offense and defense. Because I believe Ater Majok will fix their defense and also their offensive productivity. Because not only that, if let's say, for example, William Davis, he's able to come back and you have that 4 and 5 spot filled, or you have like that rotation in there. So that guarantees there will be enough rebounds and there will be enough second chance points, maybe even putbacks that will be able to be generated at that point. Because William Davis, he had that nice footwork. He knew how to dance below the rim, and he was getting those crucial shots in there. Even for the guards, when they jack up the threes, at least we know that it's somebody that can be able to grab those uh, balls. They grab those rebounds when that ball misses. But also talking about uh, the addition of Ater Majok, we also have Abdoulaye Harouna. So this guy, he played for the Ace Downers squad. He has played for the Ace Saleh team. And my God, this is a man that he is a certified bucket. And I followed him in his previous teams when he played for Ace Saleh, when he played for Ace Downers. I have been following him closely, and I can say this is a guy that is he's a scorer. He's a certified bucket getter, and late in the games he can be that person that he can knock down those shots. Because late in the games, I've seen instances where the Saleh team, the Donis team, look to him for offensive productivity when it matters, when the game is close. You need somebody that can be able to go ahead and score, and he is that guy. And having him inside, it adds another dynamic to the team. Because not only do you see that this team is very good offensively, but they also made a change in defense, adding Ater Majok. So on offense, you have so many options. Let's say you have Talongwai, Derek Ogechi, Eugene Adera, Albert Odera, and Abdoulaye Harouna in there. So much productivity when it comes to offense. And you can see Tyler can be able to even fit in and have a break-even point, because you don't have to ask him to do too much on defense because you have Ater Majok in there. So even when it comes to rim protection and chase down blocks and being that interior defensive presence, Ater Majok fixes that. So Abdoulaye Harouna and all the other scorers in the team, even the other guys, will be able to enjoy from that system. So a guy like Derek Ogechi will be able to thrive and be able to even have scoring barrages and be able to have confidence in shooting the three ball. Because as far as I'm concerned, man, our 3-point shooting isn't the best. But looking at even the way the team is set up, it's a all-in BAL push. And this addition of Ater Majok, I can say it can be able to help them make it to the BAL, because this is a guy that can take that team to that next level. It was needed. It was a necessity that they had somebody of Ater Majok's caliber in that team, so that you can be able to guarantee that spot. Because you can't trust guys like Fidel Okoth, Okal Karanga, James Mwangi to be at the front court, because every time they get bodied in there, and when push comes to shove in the game, it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to defend those positions. So, man, I'm very excited. I took some time. I say this post was made 5 days ago. I said, you know what? Let me just take some time. Let this move just sink in, because the Thunder have been very active in the not only in the continent in the local market, but also in the continental market, which is something that we have not seen other teams embrace. Because in previous years, we have seen KPA operate in a bubble. They have been orchestrating their own signings. They don't take part in scouting for free agency talents in Africa, in the continent. They always have a rigid approach when it comes to getting players. But in this case, you're seeing the Thunder being active in the transfer market in the continent, and you're seeing couple of familiar faces. So the Thunder bringing in Ater Majok and Abdoulaye Harouna. Hopefully, they're able to stay with the Thunder for the whole run because, man, it's just going to be a very good storybook ending when they're able to make it to the BAL and even possibly make the BAL playoffs and put the our country on the map. And given the fact that um, the Elite 16, there are so many teams that are gearing up for that BAL push, you need every strength at their position that you can get because at the point guard we have a good rotation there. At the number 2 spot we have the full rotation there. The Thunder have the full rotation there. At the 3, check. Number 4 and 5, I can say they're check because having a Majok, he's a guy that is not new to playing heavy minutes, and he's somebody that will do whatever it takes to be able to get that team to that next level. So he knows, he's been there, done that. He's been to the BL finals twice, and he's somebody that is a very, very reliable option. And I feel like it's a no-brainer for anyone who is at the transfer market to take a pass on this guy because Cherma Jock, he's that guy. He's special. He's a South Sudanese Lebanese guy, and he is a very, very strong piece when it comes to that front court, and especially on defense, because that's something, an interior presence. Because the Nderitu Thunder, with the current squad that they had, I don't think they're going to be able to, if they maintain the same front court guys, they'll get scored on like majority of the time. But looking at this addition, I am very much confident in what they're going to be able to do and what they're going to be able to achieve. So I'm excited. I can't wait for the Elite 16 to begin, and I can't wait to see these new signings come in and do their thing because we have seen what UC has done. We've seen what William Davis II has done. Hopefully, he's able to come back and he's able to just rehab that ankle from the way he rolled on it. If he's able to come back, we'll have a very, very good rotation of that front court. So right now, it's all in, and the Thunder have done everything that is needed to be done to be able to make it to where they are. So the biggest test is to make it to the finals, make it past the Elite 16, make it to where they're able to beat the demons that have plagued KPA and Ulinzi, because KPA have tried their hand in the Elite 16 twice, and they have not been that promising. And the Thunder are just breaking the wheel, and they'll make history for not only for their franchise but also for Kenya in the BL. And even if it's not gonna come from a Kenyan, it's just getting the right pieces and getting people who can be able to take that team to that level. A guy like Ater Majok, he's a talent that you can't afford to skip on, just like I mentioned before. And Abdoulaye Harouna, he's a guy that he can fit in that productivity and he can plug in any roster because he's able to find his game and find his rhythm, and he can do a lot of things, especially scoring wise. Scoring, he can hit the layups, he can get the transition, he can hit the three, late in the games. He is that reliable guy. So the Thunder have landed their two best guys in the market right now, because a lot of teams are gearing up for that road to BAL, and having one of the best BAL players on the squad in Ater Majok and a BAL veteran in Abdoulaye Harouna is a huge plus for the Thunder. So I'm excited. I will be coming back with a couple of videos talking about the road to BAL. I know a lot of teams have managed to make it to the Elite 16, and we're going to cover them in due course. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave feedback down in the comments on what you think about this. I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.